Hi everybody, thank you so much for being here today. I have a face of makeup that I'm going to share with you, highlighting a couple different brands, but mostly Phytosurgence, my favorite indie brand from Canada. Jason and Tom are proudly an Asian and LGBTQ plus company of two. Two people do everything from the conception to the formulas to sourcing their ingredients to mixing, making, filling out all the jars and different containers that they have, and then also getting those off in the mail. Indie brands for me are where it's at. You guys have probably seen this online, heard about it. I absolutely love this brand. It is the kind of thing that gets my creativity going. I want to tell you a little bit about the background. I'm going to pull up on their Instagram, or actually on their website. They do a ton of talking on Instagram, sharing on Instagram. The really cool thing about this brand is that they take you behind the scenes. So before I get ahead of myself, I want to give you a little bit of background information about the brand and who they are and what they believe in. Jason and Tom are out of Vancouver, British Columbia in Canada, and they are a two-man team. They do everything from product development to getting the ingredients to packaging everything to mailing it out to us. Two people doing the job that probably 30 people could be doing. They believe in being transparent and conscious, and for them, they feel like no fear mongering should be able to be allowed in their space. They don't want to scare anyone. They don't want everybody rushing and freaking out if something sells out. They'll get it back in and you'll get an opportunity to buy the products. I do highly recommend that you follow them on Instagram and join their mailing list so that you have a heads up when things are going to be coming out, launching, things that have sold out, coming back into stock. It'll give you an opportunity to get behind the scenes with them and swoop in and grab the things that you're excited about getting. For them, they don't believe that saying non-toxic and clean are even, just words that should be used when talking about the makeup business, because it really does confuse a lot of people. And just because an ingredient is clean doesn't mean that it's going to be good for you. They believe in transparency and being upfront with people about the product formulations, what's behind it, how much work goes into what they're doing. And they want everybody to be able to afford their products and to not feel like they have to buy everything all at once. Before I came on camera, every single day, one of the things that I use first is the Sea Submerge. It's like a drink of water for your skin. It's got wonderful, really hydrating ingredients that just soak right in. I also use their regenerative face oil as part of my skin routine. This has tons of anti-inflammatory properties and wonderful ingredients that I'm going to share with you. So this is an anti-inflammatory, soothing facial oil that provides a sensory experience through scent and texture. It's a medium weight oil that's really emollient and gives you some slip, but it does absorb into the skin. The base is jojoba, argan, and meadow foam seed oils, but there's also a blend of blue tansy, immortelle, Egyptian geranium, frankincense, and turmeric. These are all things that are anti-inflammatory and help with the skin barrier, help to calm skin down that's freaking out, if you have redness, or you've been picking, or any acne. all of these things are fantastic in here. And then I always prep my skin with the Verdant Force Field. This is their #1 product. They sell it more than anything else that they do on the whole website. This is a skin barrier reinforcing moisturizer that hydrates, soothes, and protects the skin day and night. It's been known to make a person's makeup look really, really good underneath. It's a great base. It's a mid-weight gel lotion that has an elastic, mochi-like feel on the skin. It dries down, but it's very emollient, and it will help trap the wonderful things that you put into your skin. I'm just going to show you. It's a green from the green tea and the aloe. And when you take it and you smooth it over your skin, my hands are always so super dry from washing them 100 times a day. But it just feels amazing and soothing and really prepares the skin for makeup, or is really nice to sleep in at nighttime to wake up with perfectly hydrated skin. It's amazing stuff. The one thing that I will do at the end, Tom and Jason and I have talked about this. I often use this to refresh my makeup. My skin is extremely dry. Obviously, I'm a little bit older, and when I don't want to redo my makeup, but I want to rejuvenate the look of my makeup, I put a little bit of this onto a puff, and I'll show you at the end. It just brings that moisture back into my skin where I feel like it's been sucked out during the day. And this helps me do a really fast touch-up so I can go from morning to afternoon to evening without drying out. So I'll show you that. Today we're going to start with eyeshadow. And they have a couple different kinds of eyeshadows that they've done. Some of them, this one is called Deeply Rooted. And you can see it's more of a, there's no sparkle in it or anything. You break through the seal that happens, and you get these wonderful sheer washes of color. Hoping you can see that swatch. This one actually has like a little bit of blue in the background. Really cool. So they have that. They also have some that have a sparkle to them. One of my favorite is Defiant Dahlia. I love that all of their names are, you know, like alliteration for the most part. But you can see this smoothed out has that sparkle without being, you know, just overly crazy. One of my favorites. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. The one that I think everybody thinks about when they think about Phytosurgence is Fractal Freesia. And this one is literally just adding this very angelic sparkle to your eyes. Sometimes I wear it by itself just with mascara, or you can put it in the center of your eye for a little bit of attention. But whenever you feel like something's kind of missing from your look, if you take out Fractal Freesia, put it on, it's going to make you say, oops, it's going to make you say, wow, that's what I needed. Just that shine and that sparkle. I'm hoping you can see that. I'm going to do some close-ups of this and put them onto here later. But so we're going to start. I am going to today use my brushes from Singe Beauty. Singe Beauty is Angelica Newquist's brush line. These are amazing synthetic brushes that pick up product the way that natural hair brushes do. And you can see from the size of them, she really has thought these through. They all have different purposes and can work any eye look. So we're going to use these today. And I can never use Phytosurgence without my 21 Rephr brush. This picks up that sparkle like nobody else's business. It'll get right where you need to get it. So we're all set here to get started. I am going to take, I have a bunch of these laid out because I didn't know like what kind of mood I was going to be in when I was putting my eyeshadow on today. I took out Magnetic Maple today. Magnetic Maple is a great one to use just in the crease, just to give yourself a little bit of definition. I'm going to take one of the Singe Beauty brushes. This is the E02. And I'm going to swirl that in this pan. With nails, you're definitely going to need to use brushes with these, but once they're on your eye, it's great to use your fingers because the warmth of your fingers always tends to move things around well. I'm looking over here into a mirror, and my eye is not like it used to be. It's getting more and more hooded. And what I like to do is I like to fake a crease above, because my real crease is like down in here where you can't even see it, and my whole eye is just like falling down on itself. So I look where my brow bone is, and I just start going in back and forth windshield wiper motions on the actual brow bone, which is more up here. You can see I'm starting to create what I call my fake crease. And I am literally just going back and forth motions like this. And I'm going to start to swoop it out and always up on my eye. So windshield wiper motions, swiping out and up. And I'm going to do that on the other eye as well. Literally just going back and forth, feeling for that brow bone, feeling for where I would love for my crease to still be. As we know, when we get a little bit older, we have to make adjustments. And again, I am just pulling this color up and out to create the creases in my eye that I would like to have, that I used to have. And basically by just using that color, it's just going to draw the eye up a little bit more. And we are going to come back to this shade in a little bit. I also always like to take whatever I'm using there and just do a little bit on the edge, using the same brush just for the heck of it, even though she does have a different one that would work fantastically. And just giving myself a little frame to work within. That was Magnetic Maple. I'm actually going to go into another one of the same line called Chilled Cherry. And just to give my eye a little bit more definition coming up, I'm going to take the Singe Beauty E04 brush, get a little of this color on here, and use this to just create what I would call a wing-ish. I do love it when things go up and out with my eyes instead of down. And I literally just am flicking this up so that there is not a wing, but what I call a wing-ish. I'm going to take a tiny more and just pull this underneath my eye about a third of the way, and just make sure that this is going in an upward motion. Same thing, about a third of my eye, pulling it up and out. So now I've got a really nice frame to work with, and I can get into some of these fantastic sparkles that I've been waiting for. I think today we're going to go old school, and we're going to use Fractal Freesia because this one everybody loves. It's pure sparkle, no color, nothing else to worry about. On this one, I'm going to use my Rephr 21. And I am just going to gather some of this product on my brush, kind of wiping off the excess because it's easier to put more on than to take some off. And I'm going to go right in the center of my eye to give myself some light and a little bit of visual interest to sort of highlight, and it makes my eye look much more open. I'm going to do the same thing over here, going in the middle, concentrating at the lash line. And you can see, let me zoom in a little bit. Get that twinkle, sparkle. Yeah, I love it. Okay, now just to open up my inner corner, I'm going to take a little bit of Potent Petal. This is another one that doesn't have the shimmer in it, but it's got kind of a satiny shine. And I'm going to take one of these little teeny tiny brushes, the E01, and I'm going to give my myself some light on my inner corner, open it up, kind of bring it up into here. And I'm just going to go up toward the brow bone and out. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and finish up the bottom of my eye, just to add some light without the sparkle. I want Fractal Freesia to be the star of the show. So everything that I've done here, like I said, I love to use my fingers. I'm going in, kind of softening places that I'd want to soften. And the greatest thing is fingers are free. You don't have to buy them. The effect is amazing. And when I open up my eye, that color that I used as my fake crease makes my eyes look bigger. I've got that highlight going. And what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of this Defiant Dahlia, which is another one of these sparkly shades. I am going to actually use my finger this time. And I'm literally going to just take some of this color and continue to pull up and out on the outer part of my eye. Now I'm going to take a clean brush, use anything, and I'm just going to blend the edges. We don't want any harsh lines. Make sure everything looks smooth. We're pulled out. Got our sparkle going. Yeah, I might even add a little more sparkle. How about that? Got my Fractal Freesia. I'm going to add a little Lunar Light Wave. Now this stuff is potent. Talk about Potent Petal. It should be like Potent Lunar Light Wave. You can see the kind of sparkle that you get. And I'm just going to use a little bit next to where I had the Fractal Freesia, on top of my up and out and my wing-ish. And it just gives you that really pretty, catch the light kind of sparkle without being overdone. I really love these. I'm going to do one last little blend, making sure that that crease. My fake crease is still there. And everything is going north instead of south. That looks really good. I love it. It's super easy. If you don't have any nails, you can go right into the pots, but I always love to use my fingers. And one thing that I've learned is that because of the way that we touch our eyes with our hands, using both of them to do the same thing instead of reaching over all the time kind of helps to even things out a little bit. Okay, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some blush. I pulled a few shades that are favorites of mine. This one's called Fume. Put that out a little bit there. It's just one of those colors that goes with everything. If you don't know what to put on Fume. It's great. I also am really digging this exothermic color. It's so earthy and beautiful and natural looking. All of their colors come from nature. It's just amazing. Actually, Condensate, which I was holding back. This is Condensate. It's a nice, cool tone for my skin. It always works for me. It looks great. Take just a slanted brush. Anything that you've got will work. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy A507. And I took some blush. I'm going to tap it on my hand so I don't go in too crazy. But even if you do, these tend to blend out almost by themselves. I love this color. It's almost like a contour. Sometimes I use it in place of a contour. And it hits all the right notes for me, especially with the Weathered Woods collection from them. That's got these really beautiful fall, cooler tones. It's just so pretty. I just love it. It really like woke up my face. It gave me some definition. I always put a teeny little bit on my nose. Just sort of evens things out. And that is Condensate, but I'm not done with Condensate. I can't be done with Condensate. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the exothermic. I'm talking little, just tapped, just right up in my eye. I don't know what it is about putting blush like all the way up here. Like I'm thinking that it makes my face look like it's not falling down as much. And it's just this beautiful, like really natural flush of color. I've been holding out until the end, and they have launched bronzers. And they have a collection of bronzers in 6 different shades of golden undertones and of rosy undertones. Saturation in their blushes is different. They have 2 different sets. They have their rosy set of 6 blushes that get more and more pigmented as you go. And then they also have the golden side doing the same exact thing. My undertone needs the rosy blush, and I have 3 of them that I use, and I have to use them all. So bear with me. Just going to wipe off my brush, use the same one. I'm going in like so. And I am just going to bronze up my face. I don't get real sun anymore. And I have to say this bronzer, just on its own, it's undetectable as makeup when you're outside. I mean, I would literally put this on a beach vacation so it looked like I wasn't from The Walking Dead. I'm going to put a little shade 4 on. I'm going to use their Sky Fluff. And I like to just sort of give myself the sun-kissed, everywhere the sun would hit, across the nose, cheeks, a little down here. Don't forget your neck or your ears. And then finally, I'm going to take number 6, Rosy Blaze. Oh, I forgot to tell you the names of these. They'll be linked down in the description bar. This is Rosy Daybreak. That was number 2. This is the least saturated. I've got number 4, Rosy Warmth. That was the next saturation level. And I'm going to top it off with just under, kind of like the cheekbone, I'm just tapping this one. I don't love like contour, but for some reason with bronzer, I don't know, just kind of like works for me right now. But it's great because I've got that slightly suntan look along with these autumnal tones on my eyes and my cheeks. I am going to finish off my face with the Spectral Shines. These are not typical highlighters. When you touch them, they don't warm up in your hand. It's not like anything you've ever felt. These are what I call angel skin. I love to grab a powder puff. These are just really inexpensive ones from Amazon. And I just sort of twist on here and wipe it a little bit to get a little bit of the product. Now I put some concealer on today, just some of the new, where is it? It's the new Surratt. Oh, here it is. The Dewdrop concealer. I didn't even use foundation today. I just wanted it to be kind of a Phytosurgence-y look. So I've got my Spectral Shine. This one is Fresh Fog. It's their lightest shade. I'm going to just press that right here to set the concealer that I have on. Instead of using powder, I'm using a Spectral Shine. I like to go over my cheek to give my skin that really pretty finished look. Put a little over each eye, a little bit down the nose. I don't like that tip of the nose thing, but I like down. Just a little on the skin over here. And you can put this anywhere on your face that you want to have skin that looks incredibly radiant, not sparkly, not shiny, but with a glow. And it literally just finishes off the skin in a way that nothing else that I've ever tried has. This is magical. I don't know how else to say it. It is a magical product. It is gorgeous on photography. Just make your skin look a little bit younger than it normally does. Now I did my my skincare a while ago, a couple hours. So when I put this makeup on today, I had been prepped, and I want to show Jason and Tom what I keep talking about with the Phytosurgence Verdant Force Field and kind of bringing things back to life. I'm going to use the back of my hand and put just one pump of the Verdant Force Field. I'm going to spread it out on my hand, but I'm not going to rub it in. So I've got like a nice thin layer. And I'm going to use the other side of this puff. And I'm going to just dab this on here. And I'm going to dab it on my face where I feel like I need a little boost of hydration. And because I didn't put powder on, and I used their Spectral Shine, nothing looks weird or stuck together, but my skin looks so much better and it feels much better. It doesn't feel tight, feels hydrated. I still have my makeup on. You might want to just go in again with some blush, but I always like to go in with some blush. Let's use Fervor. Love this color. It's like fall now. Use the bigger brush. Go in. This one is this fun, cool, I guess it's kind of a neutral plummy color. Just get a little of that on here. Just to get a little extra flush. And putting your blush over the Spectral Shine is recommended because you can kind of see through it. And there's just no part of my face that looks like it's overly made up. These products are not expensive. I'm going to go through the prices with you. Their shadows are $15.40 US, which I think is quite amazing. When you go on their site, you can choose US dollars or Canadian dollars when you're going through. The eyeshadows are all $15.40. The blushes are all $15.40. The drink of water, Sea Submerge, is $15.40 also. The Regenerator face oil is a little bit more. It's $35.20, but it's like you can have self-care with wonderful aromas to relax you. It penetrates your skin. It is the best friend of the Phytosurgence Verdant Force Field. I mix these together a lot of the time. This stuff is incredible after you dermaplane or have any kind of irritation going on your skin. It's one of those things that you want to have it around. It is soothing. It smells good. It makes your skin look young. What could be better? I have no idea. It's wonderful. That is $35.20. I mean, the prices are amazing. These brushes of theirs are $11.73, and they are good brushes. They are incredibly soft, and they pick up their product amazingly well. I think these are a purchase worth the look. The Spectral Shines are $23.47. So I think and the bronzers are $24.93. So I'm going to finish off my look so that I'm more put together. So I've got my Natasha Denona black eyeliner. I almost always forget to curl my lashes. I don't have to curl them a ton, but I like to curl the outside and then the inside. This is the Rephr. I use this one, and I use the Surratt. Both of them work for me. And I noticed that Rephr has 2 different sizes of this now on their website. So if the other one didn't work for you, this one may. Okay, on my face, I have a waterline that is incredibly visible. I always like to take my pencil in black, because this is the mascara that I'm wearing today, and I am going up in between the lashes, but also going on that upper waterline, concentrating more color out here because I want that fluttery lash look. Changes the whole entire look of your makeup and of what my eyes look like. I just like having that tight line, but I do like the reverse, because going in this way I make a mess, and I love covering up my waterline. I am going to use the new Vast Lash from Victoria Beckham. I have been using this lately. I'm a huge fan of their mascaras. They are a tubing formula. They make life much easier because these are super easy to remove, but they don't come off, they don't flake. This one gives you a ton of volume. What I like to do is just sort of wiggle up through the lashes, kind of back comb on the top, go back. I like to wing this out a little bit. With the other mascara, the original, you can put it on top of the mascara that you already have on, even if it's dry. This one I find working with it wet is the way to go. I'm gonna do my lower lashes. But it's kind of a wow. Kind of a wow, isn't it? These unstuck. There we go. It's not totally dry yet, so I can go up on the tops just super gently so you don't get those little dots. And then if it starts to look like it's gonna get too crazy clumpy, you just have to move on. Really get that outside. Don't worry if you get the mascara on you. I will show you a trick how you can get that off easily without ruining your makeup. My hands are not steady, so I usually bonk myself once or twice, and my lashes are pretty long, so sometimes they'll touch my eye. Gotta work fast here. That's the one thing about this mascara, is the work fast thing. So I just try to separate the lashes and kind of go with the volume look. I've always been more of a length girl than a volume girl. Everybody has their preference, right? I'm gonna wait for that dink to dry while we move on to lips. I've been searching and searching the world to replace my L7 Natasha Denona eyeliner, I'm sorry, lip liner that has been the love of my life for many, many years. It is the perfect contour color. And I was at Sephora and I saw that she had a new pencil called Storm. It's a little bit deeper, but same shade. So I can use it lighter or heavier as I want to. But if I'm doing a nude lip, I don't love to overline a ton. So right now, all I'm doing is going right here on that vermilion line. And I don't mind the fact that my lips have little peaks. You know, a lot of people like to go around that. I think it looks weird on me. I'm just adding some depth down here. Blending it with my fingers. Go to my inner corners. Make sure I have a little definition. I don't go past here until I go inside to contour to make your lips look big and delicious, which mine do not right now. They will. Have no fear. I am going to go in with one of these delicious lipsticks that I picked up. This one is, I don't know why they make these things so small. This is the Rouge Volupté Candy Glaze in number 14. It's beautiful. Let's give it a whirl. I like to dab it. This is a super hydrating formula. But it feels so good. Take my finger, blend, 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 blend. And I've got sort of like that updated 90s-ish brown but not dead stone lip, which I love. It's great. Here's my little trick for getting the mascara off. I just use a spoolie and just knock it off. Like that. It's like I never made a mistake. It's great. Okay, so this is the finished look. I love it. I can go anywhere in this. I am going to take a little, just a blending brush, just to do some, no eyeshadow on it, but just sort of making sure that underneath I've got a little of it, that we're winging out over here, winging out over here, nice and blended up here. Skin looking really radiant. And I'm going to give myself a little spray of the Hourglass Soft Focus Veil. And we have a beautiful face of makeup that I love. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. We have Tom and Jason's creation, Phytosurgence on most of my face, little Natasha Denona lip liner, a little YSL lipstick, some mascara from Victoria Beckham, and eyeliner from Natasha Denona. We are in some great shape here. I love the way this looks. I know that when I go outside, I'm going to have young looking skin. Yes, I showed you my little trick. Instead of just spraying your face, you can use a puff with some of this to rejuvenate any tired, dry, yucky looking skin. This is my trade secret that is going public now. And with the color offerings and the different formula offerings, I highly recommend that you go to their Instagram page, Phytosurgence, or to their website to take a look at things. And remember, it is two people doing everything. They get things out as fast as they can, but it's a two-man show. We want to support them. They are an Asian LGBTQ plus company of two really hardworking people who are rewriting the rules of makeup. And they create things when they're ready to come out. They don't have a schedule of when things are going to launch. They launch when they're ready, and they test everything. Earlier today, when I was looking online, I saw that Rainier Kramer, who you guys should follow. She's an amazing artist. She gets a lot of their stuff. They're good friends, and she models things for them. And she was using a brand new brush that was like making her bronzer just go on magically. It kind of had like this idea to it, but I know that it's not quite the same thing. I think I am going to put on a touch more bronzer before we go. Use their Sky Fluff. Give myself just a little more color. I love this stuff. I can't believe that I've ever used any other bronzer. This stuff is so natural looking, and I feel like myself. I used to be a horrible sun dial outside. We used to put tinfoil on our record albums to get color, and we would lay out as an activity, and we would put iodine in our baby oil, and we would use the Hawaiian Tropic oil. I still love the small copper tone. I wear Bobbi Brown Beach. I've worn it for like 20 years. To me, it just smells like summer and the beach. But now we're going into fall and we're going to start transitioning. I highly recommend taking a look at this line so you never have to worry about whether or not you can pull something off, because the formulas do it for you. So this is my love note to Phytosurgence, and I am so happy that I got to share all of this with you guys today. What do you think? Sound off in the comments. Have you tried Phytosurgence? Are you into indie brands? Do you like supporting small brands? I do. It's my favorite. I feel like any company that's willing to open up the curtain and let us go behind the scenes every step of the way when they're doing their work is worth my Canadian dollars, my American dollars. I use, you can pay with PayPal on their website, so that's what I do and make it really, really easy. But I literally own every blush that they've made, every eyeshadow that they've made. I have 3 of the bronzer colors. I've got 5 or 6 of the Spectral shines. You can mix and match, and nothing is going to be too overwhelming for your face. And lastly, it is a very inclusive brand. They have thought about people who need things really desaturated and really saturated. And their pigments don't have a white base, so people of color can wear the same things that have to worry about things not showing up on their skin. Everything has been made so deliberately to include everyone and not exclude anyone. From the prices to being able to see behind the scenes to just getting a gorgeous look, Phytosurgence is wonderful. Cannot be beat. I love it. I'm super happy with this. Hoping that my husband will take me out for a little dinner tonight. That'd be really nice. But for now, I want to say so long. Don't want to say goodbye ever. So long. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Please consider hitting that bell so that the notifications come up when I do post another one. I'm going to be posting 2 or 3 videos a week. That's my goal. If I do more, I do more. But right now, this is where I'm going to be on YouTube, on Instagram, and also on my blog. My website is Michelle.Burnstein, and Bernstein is with a U, .beauty. There's no .com. I've written my first blog post there. I'm hoping that you'll check it out. It's kind of interesting. It's about ageism in the beauty space. And if you're interested in learning more about all of this, all the details will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed sharing one of my favorite brands with you. You can see why I love it so much. It's just, you can get a really dramatic look or a really soft, low-key look, but skin-wise, you are just not going to get this finish from a powder. It's just not happening. The Spectral shines are incredible. This bronzer, undetectable as makeup. This eye look, I love. It's beautiful without it being too much, and it stays all day long. I didn't even use a primer. Just put it on, and it will look just like this for the whole day. It's amazing. The lips I'll have to redo, but that's lips. I'm one of those people that's not a liquid lipstick person or wanting anything to last all day. I don't mind eating without my lipstick on and then putting lipstick on after. I think it's a generational thing. But yeah, the YSL and the Natasha Denona lip they're a good match. Please go check out their Instagram. They're super active on it. You will get to see some live things. Jason usually talks about some colors. You'll get to see some things on Tom's skin, on Jason's skin. You're going to want their skin because it's so amazing. It'll motivate you to try their skincare products, which are incredible and so reasonably priced. The whole line is really reasonably priced, and it makes me really happy that we have access to this and that we have choices that we can make. They have it, but it's just the two of them. So check them out online, check them out on Instagram, try out a couple of their products, be patient. They're going to be mailed to you from Canada. And I can't say enough wonderful things about them. Any day that I don't know what to wear, I don't know what to put on, I reach for my Phytosurgence, and I know that you will too. So I'm really glad that we got to share this together today. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this content, consider subscribing, hitting that bell so you know when I'm posting, and giving me a thumbs up if you enjoyed yourself in this video. It really helps me out. There will be everything that I have on my face will be in the description box below. I will put some colors in there, some information, and then you can go and explore on their website and see what looks good to you. Don't say no to anything, because I thought I could never wear orange blush. I own all the orange blush. The colors, they work. Everything works because you can see your real skin tone underneath it. The bronzers work because some people need golden, some people need rosy. They did it in 6 different opacities and saturation levels, and there's something for everyone. So go check them out. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.